Creativity is the residue of time wasted. In order to be an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must above all, be a sheep. The fanatical atheists are like slaves who are still feeling the weight of their chains which they have thrown off after hard struggle. They are creatures who, in their grudge against traditional religion as the opium of the masses, cannot hear the music of the spheres. Everyone who is seriously involved in the pursuit of science becomes convinced that a spirit is manifest in the laws of the universe, a spirit vastly superior to that of man, and one in the face of which we with our modest powers must feel humble. Many of the things you can count, don't count. Many of the things you can't count, really count. I do not believe in the God of theology who rewards good and punishes evil. My God created laws that take care of that. His universe is not ruled by wishful thinking, but by immutable laws. Why is it that no one understands me and everybody likes me? Honestly, I cannot understand what people mean when they talk about the freedom of the human will. I have a feeling, for instance, that I will something or other, but what relation this has with freedom I cannot understand at all. I feel that I will to light my pipe and I do it. But how can I connect this up with the idea of freedom? What is behind the act of willing to light the pipe? Another act of willing? Schopenhauer once said, Der Mensch kann was will, kann aber nicht wollen was will, man can do what he will but he cannot will what he wills. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead. I am not more gifted than the average human being. If you know anything about history, you would know that is so. What hard times I had in studying and the fact that I do not have a memory like some other people do. I am just more curious than the average person and I will not give up on a problem until I have found the proper solution. This is one of my greatest satisfactions in life, solving problems, and the harder they are, the more satisfaction do I get out of them. Maybe you could consider me a bit more patient in continuing with my problem than is the average human being. Now, if you understand what I have just told you, you see that it is not a matter of being more gifted but a matter of being more curious and maybe more patient until you solve a problem. Paper is to write things down that we need to remember. Our brains are used to think. Be a voice, not an echo. The devil has put a penalty on all things we enjoy in life. Either we suffer in health or we suffer in soul or we get fat. To sense that behind anything that can be experienced there is a something that our mind cannot grasp and whose beauty and sublimity reaches us only indirectly and is a feeble reflection, this is religiousness. In this sense I am religious.